Coach, it is a building that has seen it all through the many years of its existence as EA Sports welcomes you to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the Oakland Raiders. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
All day, dog.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Graham. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Grant. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you.
Now Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Cleveland Farrell drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here's Jones on the return. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
Ready. We got 25 to Mike. Defense wins championships, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Eason. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. They had a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to draw up something good here on 3rd and 13.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
Here we go. It's 60 or. Oh, here we go. Oh. Go, go. Come.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
At 25 to Mike. We got 25 to go.
From the gun, Eason. Forced out to his left. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. $40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. On first down, Grant. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They'll run it now with Pumphrey. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
The throw complete here to Williams. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. On first down, Eason. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. And Oliver able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, Charlie! 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Get it.
2nd and 11. And that is incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
On third down, Eason. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Grant. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Grant. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. On third down, Grant. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on fourth down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Jones on the return. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
On second down, Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
18 Gator. Protein spill. Watch your slack.
Throwing on first down. Eason got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he's taken down inside the 30. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Down right around the 25. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on second down. Eason. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Ed Oliver able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Down. 8 read.
Let's go, baby. They turn over. Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball.
6-6. Bullet high. Bravo. Go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Eason. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That's what they wanted out of that first down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go, or savor it a little bit, but I run right back out.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, and the Raiders have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now a give, right side. It's Grant. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
On the run, it's Pumphrey. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll run here with Pumphrey. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They run with Pumphrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stat into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. Track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
On 1st and 10, Eason. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. Eluding the pressure right. Throws right side, and that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Come on, set, 50, play. 80 weapons. 5. Ready?
On 1st down, Eason. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Let's go now. 70, Indy. Bring it. 5.
On 2nd down now. It's Jacobs, and he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
90, Wolf.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
60 more. Rip right. Check now.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Second and 5. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, as the first half is winding down, and the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Now Parkey for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now, we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
They'll come up now second and 4 from the 31. Here's Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. A final shot before break. Eason, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Foster Moreau in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Parkey adds the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Running is Jacobs. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 15-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense. Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football, But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Ready, go. Hey, exit. Ready.
To throw on second down, Eason. Escaping the pressure right. Caught. It's Wilson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Mike 51. Hey, defense, let's go.
Allen now looks to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
Throwing on first down. Eason. He completes it to Jones. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Hey, orbit.
On 1st and 10, Eason. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Now.
58, come on.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Check. Lucky.
Move. Go.
to throw again. Eason. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Operating from the gun. Eason. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 34-yard line.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Back now in the East Bay. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Back to the running game with Jacobs. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Raiders on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Hey, Haywood! 25!
Looking to throw. Eason. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And Parkey's kick is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Get ready! Get ready! Get ready!
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
At the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's get in them holes.
They go back to Grant. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The Bills on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
He's coming, double up!
Play action. Now it's Allen. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. The ball comes out, and the Raiders pick it up. When they get the football, they'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Eason. Pass incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead. But I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield. I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Come on, come on.
Wilson with a 1st down carry. And his first carry, he loses the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Following the fumble recovery, Eason. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Got him in. It's Brown. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Check 37. Check 37.
Here's Jacobs. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Say, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because
and he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 33.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jacobs now. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Once again, it's Jacobs. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Check 3, check 3. Let's go.
To throw on 3rd down. Eason. He's got a man. It's Williams. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
We go. 30 base.
2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.
So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Raiders, it'll be a much happier locker room here as they get that first win after 5 straight losses to start the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll get a chance.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright.
Yeah.
I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Putting live from the winning side. Ready try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great color coupe, who don't know I could be number 2. MVP the league most valuable, they sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few, can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit, your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop, it's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired, can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe.
feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.